Good evening, everybody. It's good to be back. Haven't done a couple of Facebook Lives since my vacation, but we're back with some very exciting news tonight. Just in a couple minutes, we are going to introduce you to a new staff member who actually starts this week. I'm really excited. Known her for a long time. Very excited she's coming on board with us. So I'll tell you who that is in just a couple minutes, and we're going to talk to her a little bit. And if you have any questions for her, go ahead and leave a comment in the live stream here, and we will be glad to ask her any question that you might want to know. So just remember, obviously, we're open during the COVID issues. I think most people know that now. If you need an appointment, you can get to us via our website at cuttingedgept.com. That gives you direct access to our office. Or you can call our office at 765-939-4871 if you need a practice. We are celebrating our 14th year in practice this year here in the Richmond area, so we're very, very excited about that. And again, if you haven't liked our page, make sure that you like our page so that you can get all our information. Also, if you have time to share this video with the folks that are on your feed, that would be really awesome as well. So, again, leave comments for me if you have any questions for who we're talking to. And the great news is we're going to get right to it, because this is our big news for the week, because I told you that a little bit ago, is that we're bringing a new physical therapist on board. She's actually starting on Monday. Very excited. And let me see if I can bring her into our screen here right now. Hi, Lydia.
Hey, Jason.
Hey. Awesome. I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So why don't we first start out with telling us just a little bit about yourself and where you're from originally, and then I'll ask some additional questions as we go along here.
Okay, well, my name is Lydia Smith. I'm actually from Connorsville. I graduated from Connorsville High School. I moved to Richmond, and I went to IU East and got my bachelor's at IU East.
All right. And then what, we first met when you were a student at IU. Mm-hmm. And what made you decide that physical therapy was going to be the profession for you?
So actually, at first, I was in a different field. I decided I wanted to do biotechnology, which I probably couldn't even tell you that much about right now. But obviously, that quickly changed, and I decided to do physical therapy, mainly actually from when I interned with you. I just fell in love with watching you guys work, and I wanted to learn more. And once I learned more about the profession, I just fell in love with it.
That's awesome. So you have any physical therapists in the family?
No.
You're the first. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us where you did your graduate program.
So I actually was at IU in Indianapolis, or IUPUI is what most people know it as.
Okay. And your degree is?
A doctorate in physical therapy.
Very good. And just for the people who don't know, tell us how long that takes now.
So typically you require a bachelor degree, so the 4 years to get your bachelor, and then it takes another 3 years to get your doctorate.
Awesome. And was it as long as it seemed, or did it go quicker than you thought?
So when I first started, I thought it was going to take forever, but now that it's over, it flew by. It's hard to believe.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about where you did some clinical work at.
So I actually did, my first clinical was here actually at Reed. I did my inpatient clinical there. And then I did an outpatient clinical rotation at Eskenazi in Indianapolis. And then I came back here for my third.
People can't say Eskenazi.
Huh?
Most people can't say Eskenazi.
I know. It's even harder to spell. But I did my third one here at Reed again on the acute rehab unit. And then I was kind of cut short in my last one, but I was up in Indianapolis at a team rehab.
Okay, good. And were you cut short because of the whole pandemic thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And okay, that's all your kind of professional stuff. Why don't you give us a little bit about your personal side? You family local still?
Yep. They actually just moved from Connorsville to Richmond a couple years ago while I was in undergrad, and they still live in Richmond, which is great because I get to see them all the time. So, and then other than that, the main thing that I do is play volleyball. That's about it.
Okay. So, but you've had some exciting news recently, right?
Yes, actually, I'm engaged.
Woo-hoo! Let's see it. Real close to the camera so everybody can see
I know.
it.
This is my stand-in ring for the moment because the real one's coming in August. So.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. And who's the lucky guy?
His name is Nick. He's also from Richmond. He went to Richmond High School. So.
Richmond High School? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you meet?
At my church.
Oh, very good. All right. Awesome. And don't you sing at church too, speaking of church?
Yes, I do. Actually, I just sang this morning.
Awesome. And where do you go to church at?
Christ United.
Christ United. All right. And that's on the other side of town over behind Walmart, right?
Yep.
All right. Cool. And so that's awesome. Big news. So do we have a date set?
Actually, it's this September.
This September?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I've got a lot of things back to back, so I'm excited.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Well, okay. I'll expect my invitation then soon, right?
Yes, you will.
Very good. All right. So tell me what made you come back to this area?
I think I mainly really wanted to come back. I mean, I had my heart set on this job since I interned for you, honestly, but I also wanted to come back because my family's here. That's the biggest reason.
Sure. You mean we're not the biggest reason, but your family?
Yes.
I'm just giving you a hard time. That's good. So what were you, tell people what made that experience that you had? Because you basically were with us about a year, weren't you?
I don't even think I was with you guys for that long.
Or maybe 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But my question to you is what made you think I really want to come back here and work?
I just absolutely loved the relationship that you guys built with your patients and the atmosphere that you guys created. It's 10 times different than everything that I've seen in my clinical experience too. So.
Well, I'm responding to
my parents.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're putting on. That's great that they're watching. Hi guys, glad you're here.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hey, Mom and Dad are obligated to come talk to the interview.
I know.
Okay, so now I had told Lydia a little earlier that I had some really fun questions, and another great comment from my wife. And I think you got to meet my wife, right? Because when we interviewed you, my wife and I went out to dinner with you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, were you surprised by that?
Oh, no, it's all right. I understand. Family values are important, so I was glad to meet her.
Yeah, awesome. And so here's my first question to you is because music here at the clinic is very important. And we listen to music pretty much nonstop all day because it's a long day in the clinic. Mm-hmm. And so we need to know what your favorite 1980s jam is.
Okay, just because it's easy to sing along to and dance to, I like Ice Ice Baby. That's a good one.
A little Vanilla Ice. Okay,
yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to expand your repertoire a little bit when you come in.
I know.
Because you weren't even born yet, but your parents should have been playing you all that music.
I know.
All right. Well, we won't ask how old they are because they're probably around my age, I would suspect.
Not a day over 21.
Oh, so my other question is if you walked outside today and you found a $10 million lottery ticket, tell me the first couple of things that you would do.
Okay, so the biggest one, especially because my parents are watching, but I would buy a car because I really need a new car because mine is about to bite the dust and it just needs to go.
Yeah, we could get you a bike.
I could use a bike too, actually. It wouldn't be too far.
Yeah.
And then also I want a lot of dogs. So I'd probably buy at least 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yep.
Now, do you have any dogs now or any animals now?
My parents have a dog, but I don't personally have one.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then, when you get married, you can get your animals there.
I know I need to.
Hi, Joyce Ann. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate
Thank you.
So what's one of the most interesting things about you that we might not have learned, like say from your resume or just talking on the phone? What's something interesting that we might not know about you?
Well, I actually just brought this up to you earlier, but something that might be interesting, especially for the people coming into your clinic, is that I have alopecia. Mm-hmm. So
tell people what that means, because a lot of people don't know.
Alopecia is like an autoimmune disease that your immune system attacks your hair cells and, well, a lot of different cells, but mainly your hair cells. And so technically I'm bald underneath this, but I also have a bunch of different wigs. So you might see me in a bunch of different hairstyles. So
you might come in, you could have a hairstyle on Monday and a hairstyle on Tuesday and a hairstyle on Wednesday.
Yep.
All right.
Maybe a different personality too.
Is that something you've had forever?
No, actually I was just diagnosed in November.
Oh, wow. So it's pretty recent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, looking from you here, I would not know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. So, what's have you had any favorite vacations, any place you like to go on a regular basis? What do you do outside of work, that kind of stuff?
I'm a huge fan of the beach, which most people are. But I
Any
have to talk my
specific beach
fiance
you'd
into
like to go
going.
to? Any specific beach you'd like to go to?
Well, the only one that I've ever been to is in Virginia. So
Okay.
the East Coast is the only place I've been to. But I also really want to go to New Zealand. That is like my dream location to go to at some point. So hopefully that happens sooner rather than later.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a beautiful place. So tell me, what's the funniest thing that's happened to you recently?
Funniest thing that's happened to me recently. Oh gosh. Actually, this kind of has to do with the wig thing. So I went swimming at one of my friend's house the other day, and I was just playing around, and I was diving under the water, and my wig came off, and it looks like almost like a drowning rat or something in the water. It was they just laughed. They all knew about it, but it's pretty funny sometimes.
Did we get any pictures of that?
Maybe later.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about what inspires you. What's the thing that inspires you to, get up every day and see people and
Well, to be honest, I know this is kind of a generic answer, but I really love to help people, but it's different when you actually see results from people too, like that you help, and that when they express it to you how much you've made a difference in their life. I really like when I'm able to do that for people. And I'm excited to actually start working, because it's been hard as a student to actually see the results of things that you've done to help people.
Sure. Let's see, what else do I want to ask you? Tell us a little bit about what was the hardest thing you had to get through in school.
Oh, goodness. So I think the biggest thing is how different it is going from undergrad, being one of the top dogs in your class, to being on the same level as everybody else. I think that was the hardest part to actually wrap my head around. It was hard adjusting to like the different studying techniques, I guess, and like the load that you get when you first come into school. I mean, by the third year, you've got it under your belt, but that first year is probably the hardest.
That's very true. I think I had the same thing. I think you all realize, hey, we're all pretty smart, and then you go in there and everybody's smart.
Yep.
Is that true?
You're not the smartest one anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, that's no question. So you're starting on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And is there in your clinicals that you did, was there any type of patient population you really liked?
I'm excited to work in outpatient. I mean, I worked in hospitals and stuff, and I loved that too, but I feel like these kind of patients that we're going to see are just my patient type. I mean, whether they're coming in for a shoulder, knee, doesn't really matter. I just like handling these kind of people. They're very fun to work with. So
sure. Okay, so just a couple more questions. Are you a DC or a Marvel person?
Probably a Marvel person.
A Marvel person? Do you have a favorite Marvel movie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of the Captain America movies. So.
And what makes you a fan of Captain America?
I just think the storylines are interesting compared to some of the other ones, but I'm a huge fan of all of them. So.
Okay, so are you Star Wars or Star Trek?
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Star Trek, but I have seen some of the Star Wars movies, but I don't think I'm a fan of either one.
Okay. Well, we'll have to change that too as well. Well, that's okay. You got some time to.
I will have to say I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, though. I know.
I've never seen any. I've seen those movies. The only movie that I actually got to see was I was watching with my son, and I said, I don't understand what's going on here. He says, well, we're watching the second movie. I'm supposed to know what's going on if I don't know the first movie. Anyways,
I mean, you got to see all three of them.
Exactly. All right. So, is there anything else we should know about you?
I don't think so. I think you covered it all.
All right. Well, I'm really glad you came on with me tonight so that we could do this and introduce you to really all of the people who are following us on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. And that we're real excited to have you, and looking forward to you starting tomorrow. And we'll see you then. All right.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. I'm going to pop you out now. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. We're really glad everybody was here tonight. I hope you got a little bit inspired by seeing Lydia. She'll be starting on Monday. So we're really going to have some fun with her here. And remember, if you have any questions for us, you can always shoot us through this video link here. We'll put this on our YouTube channel as well. We'll try to get physical therapy. But remember, if you're in pain or you need us, feel free to call us. You can contact us directly to the website under the contact portion. So go there. That gives you a lot of information. A lot of our blogs are there. And get in here because there's no reason to live in pain. That's why we're here. So we hope you have a great night. Hope you learned a little bit about Lydia, and we'll see you soon in the future. Have a great night.